Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of AWF Insider. I'm your host, Gabriel Anders, and I'm here to go ahead and cover some awesome events and cover the biggest part we're covering today is the two main events coming up at the All-American Grand Slam on June the 10th in Peoria. You can get that information on our website, ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. We're going to go ahead and get you right into one of our two big main events that we have coming into the All-American Grand Slam June the 10th in Peoria. So the first one of the two that we're going to take a look at is Gallo, the King of No Rules, as he returns to the AWF ring to take on Joe Graves. Now, Gallo and Joe Graves have met before in an AWF ring at the Reckoning back in 2016, and this was a contest that was one of the shortest matches in AWF history from bell to bell. However, if we were to look at just the bell-to-bell time frame, that does not do it justice for anybody who was there in the arena or has caught a glimpse of the match circulating around in the underground, if you will. With these two men, I was there that night, and it was absolute carnage that ensued. There was a different feel in the air. There's an animosity between these two individual competitors that I haven't quite seen between two competitors in an AWF ring quite before or after. It's hard to fathom, it's hard to put into words for you. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and roll some clips for you here. We weren't authorized by AWF officials just due to the sheer brutality and the just primal brutality. That's the only way to put it. It was a brutal encounter between the two men, Joe Graves and the King of No Rules, Gallo. We were able to get our hands on some of the clips, some of the more impactful moments of the night. Some were just too extreme to air here on AWF Insider. However, we were able to go ahead and get you some of it, so we want to give you an idea as to what happened the last time that these two met in an AWF ring. It was at the AWF Arena, once again at the Reckoning in May of 2016. So let's go ahead and take a look at the clips. Let you know it's not for the faint at heart. This was a very, very brutal encounter, so just wanted to give you that warning real quick. But let's go ahead and take a look at the last time Gallo and Joe Graves met in an AWF ring.
From 6 feet deep, this is Graves!
All right, folks, so there, as you saw it, one of the most brutal, devastating encounters between two men in an AWF ring. Oh, the majority of it, as you saw, took place outside of the AWF ring. It was ringside adjacent, if you will. They battled all up and down the AWF arena, and it was hard for, as you saw, referee Scott Johnson, one of the senior officials here in the AWF, to try to get a there were points in time where he almost had no control, and it was definitely one of the most devastating, carnage-filled, anarchy-ridden encounters in AWF history. That was definitely a night to see. If you were there that night, you recall there was just something in the air when these two men walked out. They started fighting right on the rampway, as you saw in the clip there, and they just battled it out. These two have no love lost for each other. These are two just dangerous men, two of the most extreme, heinous fighters. Two of the men who really, when they go into the ring, not only are they capable of fully just destroying any opponent, but they also seem to have no regard once they get into competition mode. Once that bell rings, they are almost set on kill, if you will. So it'll be one of the most devastating encounters as these two men meet again. So both of them will have that encounter in the back of their mind. Their last match, the last time that they met up, Gabriel Gallo has spent some time away from the AWF ring. Joe Graves has not been a happy camper since losing his tag team titles. He has not been the most joyous individual to be around. Typically not in ill spirits when walking around the backstage area or the locker room area, but however, Joe Graves has been more to himself. We haven't seen him in a couple of months here since his encounter with the breakup of his tag team. So neither Joe Graves, who's not been in the best of moods as of late, and the King of No Rules, Gabriel Gallo, who quite frankly is never in one of the best moods when you speak with him. So this will be definitely something to see. Once again, that's June 10th in Peoria. We're going to bring that to you. That's one of our two co-main events for the evening. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. Then we're going to take a look at the other main event, the title match, the AWF Heavyweight Championship match. Before we do, though, I just wanted to go ahead and let everybody know that if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube. You're going to get AWF Insider each and every week. We're going to load you up with highlights and all sorts of other different goodies that you can only get right on youtube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. And what we also want you to do when you're watching a video, let us know what you think below in the comments. Let us know, tell us how we're doing, tell us what you think, and tell us where you want to see the AWF next. What city, state, where you are, and where you want to see us, and we'll see if we can make that happen for you. And then also, when you're looking for those All-American Grand Slam tickets, go ahead and head over to ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. That's the only official webpage for the Arizona Wrestling Federation. You can get event details, past event results, news, information, and all sorts of other good little trinkets, and access to the videos. So you have all of the videos that are on the YouTube, all in one-stop shop at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. So not only that, you can get your pre-sale tickets now to this event, the All-American Grand Slam, coming to you live from Peoria on June the 10th. Now remember, your general admission tickets are $10 pre-sale, online only, and your VIP tickets are only $15. So you're going to get two big main events. You're also going to see some of your favorite AWF stars in action. And if you get that VIP package, we're going to go ahead and allow you early entry into the event. When you arrive to the arena, you'll be able to enter earlier than anybody else once you get there, and then you'll be able to rub elbows with your favorite AWF stars too in a special meet and greet. So we'll be handing you an officially licensed AWF poster, and you can get your autographs, you can shake hands, you can rub elbows with the AWF stars, all before the show gets going. And then with that early entry, with that meet and greet, with that poster, you're also going to get guaranteed front row for the entire show to make sure you are live, up close and personal with all the AWF action and excitement for the night. And that's not all. You're also going to get access to a special VIP bonus match. And that's going to be just for the folks in attendance, just for the VIP package purchasers. And stay tuned to ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com, and Insider right here will give you, as soon as it's announced, what that VIP match will be. So for now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but we'll be right back, and we're going to cover the second main event and also run through just the announced card as of late, or as of right now, as of we're talking to you here, as of this airing, to show you what matches you can expect and just give a brief run over what the card's looking like for the All-American Grand Slam. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement. For match announcements, pick of the day, and more, follow the Arizona Wrestling Federation on Instagram at Arizona Wrestling Federation and hashtag Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back. This is Gabriel Anders, your host for AWF Insider. And as I told you, this is a special time of year. We're coming up on the All-American Grand Slam. So this is a time of year, it's a very patriotic show. We like to celebrate. We want to give a shout out to all of the veterans who are currently serving, have served, all the current enlisted. We just want to give you a special hello from the AWF. And this year, since we're typically it's barbecue weather, especially out in Arizona, before it really starts heating up, and all across the nation here, leading up to the 4th of July, we like to have a little celebration each and every year, and that is the All-American Grand Slam, this year taking place June the 10th in Peoria. So we're going to go ahead, and we covered one of your two co-main events already with Gabriel Gallo and Joe Graves. Next, before we run through the card, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the other co-main event, and that is the title match between Mike Camden, the current Arizona Wrestling Federation champion and Unleashed Wrestling champion, against the challenger, who is former Unleashed Wrestling champion Owen Travers. So, to explain a little backstory between the two, the last time these two met up in an AWF ring, this was after heated battle, a war of words, if you will, that took place over social media, in the locker room, in the backstage area, everywhere you could. So on intermissions during AWF special events, we were seeing sort of a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of animosity from Owen Travers to Mike Camden and vice versa here. Mike Camden, who has absolutely proven himself to be a fighting champion, who is more than willing to put his championship title status on the line as AWF heavyweight champion. has built a lot of credibility amongst the fan nation with both the fans and the front office. Mike Camden, his nobility, his bravery, his courageousness, if you will, has made him very credible as AWF heavyweight champion. And not only that, because it's one thing to have a good personality, it's one thing to be a good person, to be the proverbial quintessential role model, if you will. But with Mike Camden, he has gained notoriety, not just in the AWF, but all across the Southwest. Where he has been traveling about as the Arizona Wrestling Federation champion and Unleashed Wrestling champion for that matter, as really walking the talk. Mike Camden is not only a role model and champion to look up to, but he's also put his money where his mouth is. He has defended successfully multiple times, time upon time, that Arizona Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. So Owen Travers, who has since losing the Unleashed Wrestling Championship, has been fairly evasive. He has not been responding to interview requests as much at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. He hasn't been as involved or seen as much in AWF headquarters. The AWF officials are really the only individuals who've had any contact with Owen Travers, and mostly to work out the logistics and negotiations to sign this heavyweight championship main event match coming up at Grand Slam. So Owen Travers, who's typically very outspoken, is currently the leader of Genesis, the faction that we've seen, for lack of better phrasing, running amok as of late in the Arizona Wrestling Federation with their different antics and really their sort of band tribe mentality that they've had here. They definitely have functioned as a strong, cohesive unit, being able to get victories over such established names in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Now, Owen Travers rarely goes it alone. Typically, he may have June Jackson accompanying him to his side. There are also the other members of Genesis, such as Thugnificent, Watson, EJ Sparks, who may be in the building. So with Genesis, you never quite know who will be at ringside, who will be in the building, and they've shown that they don't have to start off at ringside. They tend to come. It seems as if every member of Genesis is always watching the match, especially when Owen Travers, the leader, is in the ring. So with that might tilt the odds in Owen's favor when challenging for this Arizona Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. So Mike Camden, who has proven that he can overcome the odds before, might be looking at one of his toughest challenges to date in facing Owen Travers, just simply with the talent that Owen Travers has alone, because these two men took each other to the extremes when they went toe-to-toe in that title for title match. But not only that, but Owen Travers may have the members of Genesis lurking around in the arena for the Grand Slam event, and who knows what orders he may have in store for them to carry out if things start going not in his favor. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick. We're going to take a look at what happened the last time these two men met. We're going to take a look at some of the high impact highlights as far as the last time these two men met in the championship for championship match between the AWF Heavyweight Championship and the Unleashed Wrestling Championship. Let's take a look. there, it was a fiercely fought, intense, competitive battle between the two, both men taking each other to the limit. So we expect nothing less, not only because of these two men's talent, but because of these two men's growing sort of, there's a tenseness whenever you see these two men in a ring, in the same room, which is very rare and infrequent now, unless you're very high up in the AWF officials rankings, or you're involved in the negotiation of this match in some way. It'll be interesting to see if Mike Camden can overcome yet another odd in facing Owen Travers. Might not have the advantage in the numbers game, but will definitely have the AWF fan nation on his side walking into the event, walking into the All-American Grand Slam. But Owen Travers is not to be discounted. He has become nothing but determined. There's almost a stone-faced look in his eye when in the rare instances that you do catch him. He is bound and determined not only to regain his Unleashed Wrestling Championship, which he lost to Mike Camden. There's a growing, almost, I don't want to say bitterness, but it's almost a bitterness from Owen Travers having lost that, but he also wants to claim the ultimate prize. He wants to take that from Mike Camden, which he's successfully defended so many times before, and he wants to become the new Arizona Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. So it'll be interesting to see. These two men will come out of the gate swinging, I'm sure, and we expect these two men to take each other to the limit once more, and not to mention that this is in fact an I Quit match. So these two men have the uttermost disdain for each other, and one of these two men will be saying, come the end of the night, I quit. So with that said, we'll go ahead and we've covered our main events. Let's take a brief rundown before we get you out to the match of the week. We're going to give you a brief rundown and just take a look at all the matches that have been announced as of yet for the All-American Grand Slam. So next we have, we've spoken about it a bit. We showed you some highlights last week on Insider. We're going to have Watson of Genesis, and he will be taking on Dom the Bomb Vitale, and this is a return match. Not only is it a return match, but because of the incidents that occurred and how last month's match ended at the Wild Card Rumble, this match will in fact be a chain match. So both men will be attached to the other by a chain. So it'll be a four corners rules match, so each man will have to drag the other to touch each one of the four corners of the ring. But this is not your typical four corners match where there may be a leather strap or some sort of strap in that matter. It'll be a cold steel on flesh chain that they'll be attached to each other to. So this is definitely going to up the odds and the brutality just a bit. So, and these two men have a bit of disdain for each other as well, I should say. So there's definitely, they are not friends. Watson and Dom the Bomb Vitale. So it'll be interesting to see. That one might not be for the faint of heart either. That might not be for the squeamish, with two men who are very hostile towards each other, attached by a steel chain. Next, we have the AWF Tag Team Championship titles on the line as the Brother Club. Exciting Evan Daniels and R3 will be defending their titles against Daniel Sanchise and Red Miracle. So as we touched on a little bit last week, Red Miracle and Daniel Sanchise don't seem to have patched things up just quite yet. So they're still going into this as the challengers, looking forward to this title opportunity to take on the Brother Club. But however, since Daniel Sanchise seemed to have opted to sneak or to utilize some devious or not so credible tactics to help defeat the Southwest Dream Team, Red Miracle has not been the happiest with it, but nonetheless, these two men will have the opportunity to challenge the Brother Club for their tag team championships at Grand Slam. Next, we have the next match that I just wanted to go ahead and cover. So we'll have the Arizona Wrestling Federation State Championship match. And that match will be between the American Kaiju, who successfully defended at the Wild Card Rumble against Chris Evans in a highly competitive battle. And he will be once again being put to the challenge as he will take on and defend his Arizona Wrestling Federation State Championship against none other than a former heavyweight championship, champion, a former AWF Tag Team Champion, and one half of the Southwest Dream Team, Awesome Andy Palafox. So these two men, they will absolutely be, you can expect them going toe-to-toe, tit for tat, and this will be one heck of an extremely competitive battle. I personally am excited to see this match. Every match in our AWF state title division is typically hardly fought, highly competitive, and one of the best matches that you'll see in the AWF with the best competitors on the roster here. So that'll be for the AWF state title. Once again, that's the American Kaiju, Devin Sparks. He'll be defending against Awesome Andy Palafox of the Southwest Dream Team. So not to mention the two matches that we covered, that we went a little in depth in the program here this week, of the two co-main events. So once again, the first one, the King of No Rules, Gabriel Gallo, returns as he takes on former AWF heavyweight champion Joe Graves in what will be one of definitely, if they up the ante from the last encounter that we saw between them, this should be even more brutal and even more devastating. And if you're a fan of either of those two competitors, you'll definitely want to be in attendance, because you won't want to be you will not want to miss this Battle of the Behemoths, essentially. And then the next main event will be for the Arizona Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship, as Owen Travers and Mike Camden do battle in an I Quit match. So these two men, extremely amazing competitors, two of the men on the top of their game. Mike Camden is both the AWF Heavyweight Champion and Unleashed Wrestling Champion. Owen Travers was the Unleashed Wrestling Champion, two of the top titles in our company, in the business. So you'll be able to go ahead and see them go toe-to-toe, and these two men, one of them will say, "I quit." I have no idea. I couldn't possibly imagine either one saying that, but one will cause the other. That's the only way that this match can end, the only way that one man can walk away victorious. And I can tell you, on the note of one of them walking away victorious, one of them may walk away with the title. However, neither of the two men will walk away the same. I can assure you of that. But we're going to go ahead, now that we've covered that, get your tickets for All-American Grand Slam. We want to let you know you can subscribe to us on YouTube, so you can see AWF Insider each and every week right here at youtube.com/ProWrestlingAZ. Make sure you subscribe to us and let us know how we're doing in the comments below. So let us know who your favorite AWF stars are. Watch some of the match of the weeks. You can watch old showcased episodes. You can watch old highlights of past events. Let us know if you like one of our AWF stars. Let us know who your favorites are. Let us know who you don't like, because not everyone likes everyone all of the time. I can assure you of that. I've heard it in the AWF arena. I've heard it in the other arenas. And the AWF Fan Nation, you guys are a vocal bunch. I love it. So, as far as speaking about events, make sure you are jumping on to get your tickets at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. You can get all of your upcoming event info, past event info, results, and tickets, and all sorts of other good things. Links to the videos from the YouTube, all at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. So make sure you can check that out from your desktop, from your laptop, from your mobile, tablet, phone, whatever have you. However you see the internet, you'll be able to get to ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. And then lastly, before we take our last break here, I'm going to go ahead and let you know, as we covered here tonight, the All-American Grand Slam is coming to Peoria, and that's June the 10th. So, general admission tickets, only $10 when you buy online. VIP tickets, only $15 when you buy online. So if you got them at the last show, you know how awesome of a package this is. So let me run it down in case you didn't. You're going to get early entry into the event. You're going to get guaranteed front row. You're going to get a special, officially licensed AWF poster, and you're going to be able to get autographs, rub elbows, shake hands. They might even kiss a baby or two for you at the AWF meet and greet, so you can see some of your favorite AWF stars before the event gets going and before the show starts, before the All-American Grand Slam. For you VIP package purchasers, we're going to give you a special VIP bonus match. So all of that for only $5 more. So once again, general admission tickets, $10 when you buy online. VIP package, only $15 when you buy online. And make sure that you do buy them at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com or Eventbrite, because day of show, when that pre-sale ends, those tickets will go up at the door. So make sure you get yours early and make sure you get your seats so that they don't sell out too. So we're going to go ahead now. I'm all done for this is my portion here at the AWF Insider. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to have some messages real quick, and then after we do, we're going to get you to your match of the week. So AWF Fan Nation, it's been a pleasure. Another one in the record books. So you have a good evening. We'll see you next week for AWF Insider. I'm Gabriel Anders, and enjoy your match of the week.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement. For match announcements, pick of the day, and more, follow the Arizona Wrestling Federation on Instagram at Arizona Wrestling Federation and hashtag Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
The following contest is our main event of the evening. Sanchise. Introducing first the challenger to my left. From El Paso, Texas, weighing 200 pounds, and his opponent in the corner to my right, he is primarily trained, weighing at 215 pounds. He is the reigning and defending Arizona Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Alvaric
Back up, you got